Yo, peace, everybody. What's up? Um, Waiting for my guests. Uh-oh, wait, I got that echo going. Let me mute that. Boom. Yeah, this is like this is sort of like an emergency live stream that I had to put out and get off my chest. And I wanted to do this with my brother. Um, I'll go by his on-screen name, the Black Mr. Wilson. And you can check out his podcast on the Black Mr. Wilson's podcast. I have the link in the description box. He'll be with us shortly. But I didn't want to keep y'all waiting to tell you what the title of this show is. Let's get it. The title of this live stream is Benjamin Dixon's Disingenuous Reparations Nuance Troll Against Medicare for All. Neoliberal hack, Democratic establishment tool, militant integrationist, and overall bitch-ass nigga, Benjamin Dixon, tries to use reparations against a Medicare for all single-payer healthcare system while simultaneously throwing his colleague, Briahna Joy Gray, under the bus. And a lot of y'all might be wondering, why is Hollop covering this? Like, why is Hollop talking about Benjamin Dixon and Medicare for all and all of this stuff? And if you've been following my channel and following my videos, that should be a fairly simple answer. Because this is the thing that pisses me off more than anything. When you have people like Benjamin Dixon, it's funny, I haven't seen Benjamin Dixon in any Black nationalist or African Senate forums. Oh, peace to my people in the chat. My Black Yard, Love in Niger, and Spirit Lifters. Peace to y'all all. And please forgive me, because you guys are sweet. You guys are loving sisters. Please don't hold my vitriol that I'm about to spew against me. I think y'all know me by now, but I just want to give you a warning that it's going to get really intense and I'm going to be very upset about what's going on right now. Let's see. Are you with me, brother?
I am back if you can hear me.
Hey, there he is. Yeah, I just wanted to say this. This is before we get into it, I just want to say I hate, and I use that word, knowing what it is and the full magnitude of it. When militant integrationists, Black Power Americans, Captain America Negroes, whatever you want to call them, these people who are firmly vested in America have no interest in Africa, no interest in nationhood, but will turn around and use reparations, something that I feel is a Black nationalist issue, something that I feel is an African-centered progressive issue. That's for people that want to repair a nation. That's what it says, reparations, repairing a nation. Not repairing individuals, not cutting the check for individuals, but repairing the nation that was lost when we were brought over here during by virtue of the transatlantic slave trade. So let me tell you who I am in relationship to Benjamin Dixon. I'm a real Black nationalist. I'm a real African-centered progressive. I don't just play one when it comes time to block progressive policy like this guy is doing. Bringing up reparations. Where was reparations when he was endorsing Elizabeth Warren? Where was reparations? Was reparations on the docket when he was saying vote for Joe Biden?
Oh, hell no.
Now all of a sudden, when somebody introduces a completely non-controversial policy position, a strategy, which says if you're going to call yourself a progressive and you've had people vote you into office and say, and your whole thing for getting to the office is, well, we don't take PAC money. We don't take money from big donors. So vote us in because we're going to keep it honest with you. And then you vote them in, and all of them vote for Nancy Pelosi. Then what was the point of voting them in? And that's the whole spirit behind this whole thing about the force to vote. What they're saying is if you're supposed to be a progressive, then shouldn't you push progressive policies? If you came into office pushing Medicare for all, and now you're in a position leverage wise to prevent this bitch from being speaker again, which they can do, why aren't you doing it? You don't get any PAC money, right? You don't get any corporate money. So then why are you doing it? Obviously, you're doing it because you're just another fucking neoliberal hack endorsing and supporting the Democratic Party. Which part did I get wrong, Brian? Which part did I fuck up?
Nothing. You're absolutely correct. Like these guys are hacks, hacky as fuck. Because one minute it's one thing. Oh, I'm supporting Warren. Warren, the same white woman who was pretending to be Native American to get checks and has no actual native lineage that can be fucking found. He was all in for her. She didn't support reparations. She wanted green bombs and other dumb shit. And all of a sudden now he wants to turn on another black woman just to get at a white guy he hates, who's he's
Yeah,
probably jealous of.
let me answer two of these questions. Is Bree an African Senate progressive? No, she's not. No, she is not. She's a member of the progressive left. I don't know how that's relevant to what we're talking about, but no, she's not. I'll let you handle the next question. You can see it on the screen.
See, they do have leverage. Don't let the mainstream media and AOC constantly on Twitter playing oh well, we can't do it. Listen, there's more than I think like 30 or 50 members of the quote unquote progressive caucus. They have more people, and their leverage would be withholding their vote for Nancy Pelosi to make her do what they want them to do. So yeah, they have leverage. All the politicians have leverage. Don't let the mainstream media tell you otherwise.
And what it means is also like there's this gaslighting going on that if you don't vote for Nancy Pelosi, a Republican is going to be Speaker of the House.
Which is
False.
yeah, it's false. It's false because
That's
them still control the House, so there's no way Kevin McCarthy would come in and be Speaker. And honestly, if he was Speaker, would it be any worse?
yeah, but he won't. That even isn't even an option on the table. That's there to scare you into saying, "Oh, well, we got to vote for Nancy because we don't want." No, but when you look at what the actual procedure is, that's not what's going to happen. All that's going to happen if they were bold enough to do it is two things: either Nancy Pelosi will fold, which she will, or she might not. She might not because she only has what 2 years left.
Yeah, pretty much 2 years
So
until she
she
probably installs a daughter or something.
Yeah, so she probably is like she's got enough money and enough power at this point where she can just chill and relax. So maybe she won't do it, which means that she will be replaced. That's all.
Yep,
Now the question is who is going to replace her? But it's
probably.
not going to be a Republican because the
No,
Republicans don't control the House.
no, it's not gonna be an outright Republican with a R like next to their name.
Right.
It'll be
It'll be a Republican Democrat.
exactly, exactly. That's what people got to remember. Is no real opposing sides. It's people that gaslight you and oh well we can't do anything because the Republicans and when you actually look at what they vote for, they turn right around and vote with Republicans lockstep. Like Nancy Pelosi ripped up some paper and like seal clapped at Trump, but she supported majority of the shit he wanted. Remember the whole no money for the border wall? They gave him money for the border wall. Remember when he's the most dangerous president in history? They gave the most dangerous man in presidential history more spying powers. Every time he had a military budget increase, they voted for it. So fuck the Dems, they just gaslighters.
Yeah, it's like this, and I don't understand how people don't think that they have leverage. On what planet do they not have leverage when you have what 15 of them? Well,
Yeah,
actually, there's 100 something, right? In the
exactly. Yep.
so-called Congress. But let's say you had the 15 that we know are progressives can band together and say, no, you're not getting our vote. Actually, this has already been proven in real time because the person who got AOC's committee position strong armed Nancy Pelosi in order to get it. She's an enemy of Nancy Pelosi. She told her, I'm not
Exactly.
going to vote for you.
Exactly.
So why are we even having this discussion? Why are we pretending that they don't have leverage? But that's not my issue. Like the point of this broadcast is Mr. Benjamin Dixon.
Hmm.
Let's talk about that dude. What's your thoughts on him?
He's always been a clown. Even when he first came on the scene, he was always a water carrier for the DNC. It did not matter what they voted for, how ineffective they were. He's always was looking to have a spot somewhere at the table. He throw anybody underneath the fucking bus.
Which
And
he's recently did.
yeah, and now like he was oh Jimmy is this and that because he couldn't argue against Jimmy's idea. Then like the tweet I sent you where he pretty much now all of a sudden I agree with everything. Like dude, you were getting destroyed in your own comment section on Twitter, so now you're backpedaling. But
Yeah,
he
they
refuses to apologize to Briahna Joy Gray. Keeps saying he has receipts, and everybody keeps asking him where are these receipts. And of course he's radio silent on those receipts he has.
he has the same receipts Anna Kasparian has.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Which is like,
Zero.
yep,
She's so dumb. I don't even think she knows what a receipt is. She's just copying those Klondike bars that she around that they call black folks.
pretty much. And if anything, like you, TYT don't even have that many black people on either. They have the resident black guy Jr. and what it was Benjamin Dixon and it was like one other dude they had on for like maybe 5 minutes and he just magically disappeared because I don't think he was really carrying the water or saying what they wanted him to say.
Yeah, basically. Like I don't know how. Like this to show you how disingenuous. And this guy Benjamin Dixon is standing for Anna Kasparian on TYT.
Hard.
That should dismiss you and disqualify you from the conversation right off the bat.
Yep.
This is a person who's not that bright, who in a tweet defended she defended um censoring Alice Jones off the internet. She defended that and then said, I want you to show me how I'm endorsing censorship. I'm like, did you read that tweet before you sent it?
Oh God, no. She just sent it because she knows she wasn't she probably didn't expect she was gonna get that much pushback.
One thing I'll say this, like the thing that I like about Jimmy Dore is that his personality and the way that he goes about things is exposing a lot of people. If you identify with this left progressive movement in the Democratic Party, it's no way in the world that you can't see how these people are exposing themselves.
Yep.
Because I saw the initial video that caused all this controversy, where he was talking about he basically came up with a strategy to press so the progressive left, so-called progressive left, can press the Democratic Party and Nancy Pelosi to actually pass progressive legislation, which is what I thought the whole point of a progressive being in office was supposed to be about in the first place.
That's what they told us.
So why is this controversial? It
Is
makes
is
no sense.
it's not controversial, but since like I always in all of my podcasts I say how people pretty much make politicians and celebrities into fucking gods. The minute AOC opened her mouth, everybody had to get in fucking line and take the bullets for her. Even
Hmm.
though he's like, and if she didn't say anything, she Jimmy wouldn't have said anything about it because it wasn't even about AOC. It was about Mark Pocan or Mark Pocant.
Yeah, he's
Pretty
the
much,
leader of the progressive caucus, right?
yeah. He's the leader, quote unquote, of the supposed Democrat progressive caucus who always never pushes for anything. But if he's on Twitter, where a lot of people are, maybe on like Facebook, people buy the bullshit and don't look really further into anything else.
Hmm.
AOC came in on the thing and decided to give her gaslighting bullshit, and never responded back to Jimmy, but she responded back to a football player who she probably thought didn't know what the fuck he was talking about, and he destroyed her on her own tweet.
And all Jimmy is doing is throwing the same thing that she said when she was running
Yep.
back in her face.
Yep.
Everything that he's saying is what AOC said.
Exactly. He played the
So,
videos.
so in response, since Benjamin Dixon doesn't have a really genuine retort, what does he do? He tries to turn it. He does the identity politics shit. Tries to make it racial, and then throws in the reparations issue against the Medicare for all issue to try to pretend like, well, what they doing is they trying to distract from the real black issues. Where was this nigga at?
He was
Where was he at?
nowhere. He never challenged. He never even challenged Bernie or Elizabeth Warren, who he is standing for hard about reparations. Ever, ever. I've never heard this motherfucker in a TYT video or even on a tweet until this week about reparations. What the? Is that a serious question? That can't be. Nah, bro. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt right now, and that's not a serious question.
Communist.
Honestly,
Wesley, if I
oh
put a
fuck,
gun to Wesley's head, could he tell me what communist means?
he be a dead man. That you might as well just pull the trigger, not even ask the fucking question. He, are these brothers communists? Mom, bro,
No, these brothers are
anti bullshit.
anti-militant integrationists,
Yeah,
anti-black power American, anti-disingenuous Negroes who try to use supposed black issues in quotes so they can go against and try to stop their own legislation that they pretend to be pushing. And what pisses me off, it's not so much the Medicare for all issue. That's we're just talking about on face how that doesn't make any sense. What's pissing me off is the use of reparations to try to do it. That's what's
exactly.
bothering me. And this is what these niggas always do. And the thing about it is, I'm gonna always call it out. I'm gonna always call this out. When the freaking what's them dudes? The ADOS and NBA or FBA, whatever the
ADOS
fuck
and the
they call
FBA, yep.
themselves, when they use this reparations issue, it's never when it's not in a when it's not in an election cycle. Nobody gives a shit. They always try to pretend like you ain't like that's the height of black activism is screaming reparations and cut the check.
Pretty much. That's not even hamster wheel activism. That's just fucking pissing into the void and pretending you're defeating it.
If
Kathleen Rice. Let's see. I'll look that up now.
oh, you mean the woman that got AOC's cabinet position? Yeah, I think that's her name. But what's really telling is that you got these hacks like Benjamin Dixon. Now you actually, I mean, I got to give it to him because that one came out of left field for me. When I saw it, I was like, "What did this nigga do?
He's a
You're going to use reparations to go against Medicare for all?" Let me ask you a question. What I don't know how to pronounce this dude, Medi 84 Truth. Let me ask you a question, and I ask this question to everybody in the chat room. Would Medicare for all benefit black people in America? Just curious. Y'all can put a yes or a no in the chat. Medit 84 put yes, but I don't think that was to my question. That might have been to something else. But if anybody's listening to this, and I think it's like 19 people listening, would that benefit black people in America if they passed a single payer healthcare system in America? Where you pay your taxes, and the only thing you got to do when you get sick is go to the hospital, get cared for, go back home. And basically what every other developed nation in the world has. Don't they have it in Rwanda too?
Yep.
Yeah, everybody's saying yes. I don't see anybody saying no. So why would you bring up reparations in the context of that discussion? Other than to block it or try to distract from it and try to get people to not be down with the push for Medicare for all. And you're going to use reparations to do it when you know goddamn well you're not a black nationalist. You're not
Right.
African-centered progressive. And like I said, is it meditate? Oh, okay, it's
Meditating for
meditate
truth.
for truth. Okay. Like I said, this ain't even about Briahna Joy because she's not a nationalist. Most of these people are not black nationalists. If you want to find black nationalists, you got to go to the BAIO.
Pretty much.
bottom, bottom line, you're not going to find many black nationalists and African-centered progressives in the issue. But to me, that's irrelevant. There's a particular policy that needs to be pushed, and people are rallying around that policy for it to be pushed. That's what the topic is. That's what the point of the conversation is about. Currently, reparations is not on the table. It never really was. And if you're talking about a presidential campaign, because if you're so hardcore about reparations as an issue, how come you didn't push Barack Obama on it?
Well, the Republicans existed. That's pretty much the excuse.
Well, the Republicans still existed, as far as I know. Wasn't the opposition Trump?
Yep.
But I didn't hear nobody saying shit to Joe Biden about reparations.
But you can't. You gonna lose voters like that because reasons like that. The mind numbing and mind boggling excuses that they are coming up with to not ask anything of Joe Biden is insane. They've already started. Oh, you gotta wait till he gets in office. Why do you have to wait till the motherfucker get in office? Like, so you pretty much voted for him, got nothing in return. He shit on your civil rights leaders, like legit lost his fucking mind on that leaked audio to civil rights leaders, and you still, well, we gotta wait till he gets in office. Wait
Yeah.
for what? This motherfucker got a 40 some year track record. He was vice president, never pushed for you then, never pushed for Medicare for all then. He pretty much was like, yeah, he said it. I will veto it if it hits my desk. So
And look at that story that the
yeah,
brother or sister just posted there.
that's insane. That's insane. It proves even more the richest country in the world should have Medicare for all, but Canada does. Right. Like 5 hours away from me, universal healthcare. But
And with this
here,
for-profit system,
hmm
that story right there, my father who had an MBA died as a sack of flesh and bones because he lost his insurance after he got cancer. So we live in a country where if you get a deadly disease, that's the prerequisite for you getting taken off of your insurance.
pretty much because they don't want to pay. Insurance is a scam. I don't know why people don't realize even medical insurance is a scam, especially when it's tied to your job. Because if you get a cancer and you can't work, oh look, you're gonna have to pay $700 a month for Cobra. That's not including your premiums. And if you got cancer, that's not even including leukemia or whatever else they put you on.
Yeah. And this is the world that we live in. And you got people. He actually, I'm trying to find the tweet because somebody had, I think it was on the Convo Couch. They posted a tweet from him where he said he can wait for Medicare for all.
Oh yeah. He said I went 10 years without it, so oh, so you got it now, nigga. You have it, so everybody else should just cross their fingers real hard to hope they don't get sick from or just hit by a car for
And let's
Medicare for
think
all.
about this. Let's think about this. He can wait for Medicare for all when there's a movement to try to get it passed where the progressive candidates have leverage to actually get the thing at least put through the House.
Yep.
How much you willing to wait for? How long you going to wait for reparations?
Oh, he'll kick the can down the road on that. We can't have that now. Now is not the right time.
He thinks that the time to get reparations is shorter than the time it will be to get Medicare for all.
I don't know. He don't do that
Seriously?
shit. He just like I said, he a professional opportunist. He pulled the reparation shit out of his ass because he saw he thought he can use that as a gotcha
And the only
against
reason why this bitch
Briahna.
ass nigga is saying anything about the issue of Medicare for all, the whole Jimmy Dore situation, is because he's on TYT. Anna Kasparian is one of his colleagues on TYT, and he's just taking her back
Yep,
in a beef that he really has nothing to do with. What's going on between Anna Kasparian and Jimmy Dore is between Anna Kasparian and Jimmy Dore.
pretty much.
What does that have to do with you? And what does it have to do with Medicare for all? And what the fuck does it have to do with reparations? Because somebody explain to me how reparations came up in this discussion. Is it because this guy is a real nationalist? Yeah, Benjamin Dixon must be signed up to the BIO. Maybe we better check. He's obviously for land infrastructure nationhood, right? Because he's blacker than black. He's blickety black right now. So black that he can call out his own colleague. This shit kills me, man. It's like I can understand if this came from like somebody in the conscious community, then it wouldn't really shock me because they do this shit all the time. I had the same issues when the ADOS movement did it. I had the same old issues when the FBA or whatever they call them did it. You bring up reparations only because you trying to have a gotcha moment on one of the presidential candidates.
Yep, and not even a well
That's
thought
all.
out one either. It's not even well thought out.
Exactly.
Cut the check. How? Just cut it. All right. So who gonna get it? Because you're gonna be upset if black immigrants get it, because whatever reason they can't get anything. Just cut that check. But you gotta cut the check. The way I say it is how? What's your plan? Just cut it. Like that's it. They have nothing. They have and FBA is pretty much ADOS 2.0 or ADOS with a rebranded.
And forgive me, maybe I'm wrong. Like I said, I'm always willing to be corrected. But by calling yourself American descendants of slavery, don't you kind of open up the window for that?
Pretty much. Pretty much. Because they removed the African.
Right.
It wasn't. It's not African American descendants of slavery. It's just American. So now you including the Irish who was indentured servitude because they stay claiming they were chattel slaves too. You,
Yeah.
you
What
including
slavery are
every
you
fucking
talking
body.
about?
And plus America,
Descendants,
yeah.
descendants of what slavery? Which one?
And America is a continent. So are you talking about South America too? You talk about in Canada too? Like it's not even specific.
I remember there was this comedy show on years ago called The Rock or The Rock or something. And every time somebody would get him on that, where he's contradicting himself, he would say, I ain't really think about that.
Hold on for a second. All right, some ADOS. Like you guys and putting the shit right in your screen name. Come on, give me a challenge. No. All right. Just got here, so this is an anti-ADOS platform. Yeah, we're anti-bullshit if you want to put it like that. Come up with a better screen name too that's not as fucking blatant, please. Please don't insult our intelligence. ADOS. Like I'm pretty sure if I click on you, you're a fucking troll account and like you have no subs or any other actions. And you literally just made that to troll out videos that you hear ADOS is mentioned in. Come on, bro.
Now, this is not an anti-ADOS platform. This is an anti-bullshit platform. And it's an anti-people using reparations as a gotcha.
There you go.
If you're serious about reparations, get down with black nationalists. Get down with African-centered progressives who want a nation of their own. If you're trying to get a check from the government, go get yourself a personal lawyer and sue the United States of America.
You would think they would do that, but
Don't try to piggyback off the suffering of your people so you can get a check for yourself.
you would think, or maybe like have like plan something that's little that you would probably get better, like Medicare for all, which would disproportionately help Black people since we are suffering from crazy fucking preventable diseases. A higher wage that would also support black people because there are a lot of them working in the service industry who's getting fucked right now. Because like this asking for money, so then after you spend your money and nothing has improved, shut up about racism, nigga. They cut the check.
Let me break up, and clarify the confusion. Reparations means repairing a nation. Nations get reparations. Israel is getting reparations. Don't they get like $10 billion from the US like every year or something?
Yep,
They're getting reparations because they're a nation. If you want reparations, then why not establish yourselves as a nation?
that would make too much sense. But then they would have to go out and go, well, who wants to be in our nation? You're not following a logic of you should have a nation or establish yourself as a nation to get reparation. That's but is ADOS a nation? ADOS isn't specific. Again, with American descendants of slaves, right? A lot of people were in some sort of slavery here. So who are you literally talking about? If you want to remove African from it, just say black descendants of slaves in the United States or something a little bit more specific.
Or tying it to Africa.
It,
African descendants of the transatlantic slave trade. We've managed to do it.
that there you go. But these dudes don't want to be African. Don't want to have
Okay.
everything to do
Well,
for
that's going to be problematic if you're trying to get reparations for the slave trade, if you're saying you're not African. Because if you're not African, where the hell did you come from?
it's not semantics when you trying to get trillions of fucking dollars. Like have you ever like read legalese? They don't mince words in legalese. You have to be direct to the point. So, define what slaves, who, and what continent. America is a whole continent, motherfucker. Is not the U.S. doesn't expand to Canada and fucking Mexico and shit in Central America. Like, please understand that. I don't know how else to put it
Oh,
to you.
here's Eric Sway just made a devastating point.
He's absolutely right.
Devastating
Absolutely
point.
right. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric, because you are too. Yeah, they don't even want to give you money for shutting down your businesses and telling you can't go to work, and you think screaming just cut the check without any actual fucking plan is gonna get you anywhere forward. You're not even at the starting line. You didn't pull out the pit. The car don't even got gas in it.
They expect them to get reparations sent through the House and the Senate. And these people don't even want. This is a worldwide pandemic that we're dealing with.
And yeah, we just got $600. And
Businesses are affected by this. Restaurants are closing. People are going to be unemployed and people are going to be homeless. And they're
yep,
not even willing to help their own citizens with anything more than a $600 one-time payment, just like that $1,200 one-time payment since February. What is that supposed to do for people whose rents is coming in every single month? How are those people who are out of work paying their rent? The only thing protecting them is that protection that they have that you can't evict them after a certain point. But then, isn't that going to run out?
pretty much.
What's the date? I don't know the exact date and time, but that's going to run out.
The new shit they just dropped, which is a slap in the face to everybody that lives here, uh, is gonna go through March or when funds pretty much run out. And if it goes like last time, funds will run out because multinational corporations and assholes like Tom Brady, who are getting paid 50 million a year, will get giant sums of money. Oh God, look, ADOS. It's not complicated. Motherfuckers like you are full of shit. You have no specific written out anything agenda to get the fucking check. That's it. That's all. It's not semantics. ADOS, American descendants of slaves. So you're gonna have the Irish get fucking checks too? Can you be more specific? Because if I was in government and you came to me with that fucking name, I'm gonna ask you who else is getting these checks? How black you gotta be to get these checks? Come on, bro. Go back to the fucking drawing board. Get the fuck out of here.
I know how we can find out who's really black. Who's down for having a nation of their own? Who's
Black
going to
people.
sign up? Who's going to sign up to have a nation of their own over an individual check for themselves? Then you're going to see who's really black.
ADOS. You want to be our ally? Sign up to the BAIO. Simple as that. Agree, black people on the continent in the country America, on the continent of the country of the United States, in the continent of America, because they're fucking different, should have a nation of their own to control everything from water to have a dirt road in your name and your energy. You ain't got to worry about the white man. So sign up to the BAIO, get on Land Infrastructure Nationhood, then you can be an ally. Other than that, you just another fucking bum coming in on YouTube with an obvious bullshit name and like Medi 84 Truth said, accusatory question. There you go. Here's the link in the fucking chat.
It's real simple. But let's get this. Like, I want to get your take on the reparation thing in regards to Benjamin Dixon.
All right, like Benjamin Dixon literally just he saw it as something he can use because he had nothing else to say, like other than was he gonna smear her, like he was gonna just keep going on a track of smearing characters, or did he have to try and pull something he thought legitimate out of his ass to use it as a way to go, oh well, you can't have Medicare for all, and Briahna Joy Gray she's helping white supremacy because she's putting black issues on the back burner, even though he himself has never mentioned reparations for anything ever before, ever. So he just saw it was just professional opportunism. He saw it as a way to like, all right, I need to try and legitimize my dumbassery. And oh well, I need the black people with me, right? Yeah, the Negroes on Twitter gonna back me if I mention reparations. That was his thought process. Then when they didn't, fuck, I sent you the tweet where he pretty much backpedaled.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's why I was just like, I couldn't believe that this dude brought up reparations. I said, that's the strategy that you're going to take to try to deflect from this? Really, dude? That's why we doing this show right now. I was heated, man. And it's the same type of heated that I was. Well, like I said, it didn't really bother me when the ADOS movement brought up reparations. It didn't really bother me as much as this bothered me. Like it bothered me,
Yeah,
but because I always felt like reparations being brought up in mainstream outlets has always been disingenuous. Always been disingenuous. I've yet to see a conversation about reparations that was discussed honestly.
and you never will see one because it's the gotcha tactic. But you gotta cut the check. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I
But
don't.
why didn't you use that leverage that because that's what y'all saying. You're saying you want to leverage and make sure that these people is working in the interests of black folks. Well, how come you didn't do that for Joe Biden?
Exactly, exactly.
You had an opportunity to do it, but you were scared of Trump.
Yeah,
So, so,
orange man bad.
so now Trump is in office, and now the same people who said, "Well, I'm glad we got this over with, so now I'm going to go hardcore." That's what Benjamin Dixon said. He said he's going to go scorched earth against the Democrats now that Trump is out of office.
Which
Then somebody comes up with a proposal that actually goes against the establishment Democrats, and what do?
smear the fuck out of them because jealousy, and he trying to get a permanent spot. He trying to become JR 2.0 on TY fucking T, kissing this bitch's ass, Anna Kasparian, who just not a journalist. She just a fucking garbage. It's garbage.
Eric is on fire.
Yes, he is.
This is and the reason why is because he's obviously an intelligent, logical, and reasonable person. Because that's what most logical, reasonable people will come to these conclusions. This is not fucking difficult. Why all the nuance trolling?
I love this though. Like this is like asking for the right to enter the NFL playoffs so we can win the Super Bowl, yet we don't want to even create a team. That's the mic fucking drop.
There it
Mic
is.
drop. You need a team first. A specific. That's like a bunch of motherfuckers wearing random jerseys entering the stadium talking about give us the win. Give us the win. like, like you got shoulder pads and matching jerseys and fucking helmets to play with. Nah, nigga, just cut the check. Like, oh man, thank you, Eric.
There it is. Oh boy. ADOS is not a color, it's based on lineage. If you have at least one grand that was enslaved after the Revolutionary War in 1776 and you've officially identified as black, African American, etc., 10 years before programs start.
Oh man. All right.
Eh,
All right. So you say it's lineage, right? So what about the motherfuckers who half and half? How many half black and half white people you gonna want the check to go to? Don't say none, because if it's based on lineage, there's a lot of motherfuckers walking around with some black ass grandparents that are white as snow.
I'm going to give ADOS credit because at least he says nationhood is also a worthy plan. So I'm not going to fight against you if you feel that way. You know, that I'm not going to make enemies when there's none.
Yeah, if
But
nationhood is really playing, put that put we got the cart, now we need the horse. Build a nation, and now we need something to take us there. Thank you, ADOS. That's
and
all.
does this
Yeah.
really, like, even if we go by these classifications, like I said, there's so much stuff in just that right there that's so ripe for it to be torn apart.
Yeah, like this, like Paula Barnett just put it. That's gonna poke the holes are just right there if it's just based on lineage. Like, so it's gonna be way more people than you want getting checks. It's gonna be like the fucking the dolls rolls where white people saying, "Yeah, I'm native," for $5 saying I'm native. So the people you didn't want to get the check now gonna get the check because they were like, "Well, I got 1/16th Negro in me from my great great grandpappy whoever raped a slave."
Now let's compare that to the form. Let's say like they had the World Jewish Congress that was established before Israel.
Yeah.
Let's say we established our World Diasporan Conference or Council. Do you think that people who are white are going to come and join to be a black nation?
If checks are being cut, oh God, yes.
No, I'm not talking about individual checks. I'm talking
Uh,
about if reparations is going toward a actual nation and you have a government that represents your nation, because that's what I say is is if we're going to get individual checks, let it come from our government.
yeah, pretty
I don't
much.
want it to come in from the United States government. Come from our government, our representatives, and then if you want to put out individual checks, let our government put out the checks. But what
Yep.
we need a piece of territory that we can control policy on. And if reparations goes toward anything, it should go towards that territory and that nation. That makes sense to me because it doesn't give anybody the wiggle room to come in. Because if you have your own nation, you got your own vetting process.
Yes, you do.
Who's going to do the vetting when the United States is handing out the check?
It's a good question.
Who's going to
Joe
vet?
Biden. Yeah, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris.
Yes, I have. I've read the ADOS 101 website. I wouldn't even be talking if I didn't read it.
Some of us were enslaved natives. All right, on that point, did not the natives get like some land? I'm not saying it's the greatest thing, but they got their teepees, they got their casinos, they got some money.
It's
When they started
called
getting some money, they started kicking out black people from the fucking native roles. So if you were an enslaved native, now it's you already got your money. They're gonna tell you we gave you your shit. Why ain't you on the reservation?
It's called double dipping. I've explained this before. You want to
Yes.
get money for being a Native American, and you want to get money for being a descendant of African slavery too. You're double dipping. If you, I'm not even in conflict. Like if you feel that we were here first, I'm not even in conflict with you. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you involved in this issue? This issue is about the descendants of the transatlantic slave trade. Slaves that came over from Africa. That's what this issue is about. If you're native, it has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Like I said, get into your TP, smoke your peace pipe, and figure out how you're going to get your country back from the white man. We're not your problem.
Pretty much.
We don't control this government. The white man does. So Native Americans or people who's native to this country and we were here first, get together amongst yourselves and try to figure out that problem. This is about descendants of the transatlantic slave trade. See, all of this confusion comes when you're not clear and when you're not organized, when you're not operating and dealing with this country as an organized body. We're just dealing with it as a bunch of individuals.
It's not just slavery, it's also Jim Crow, convict. Again, you're native, right? Go get your TP and your reservation and a check from a casino because you're gonna have to make. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to make that distinction, and America doesn't recognize that distinction. Like, it was like, well, you native or you a Negro? You came off a boat or you already here?
Who's going to
Like
do the
after the white
vetting?
man? Like, yeah,
My
exactly.
question to ADOS is, or anybody who is just strictly a ADOS and you don't believe that we African and all this, who is going to do the vetting? Let's say in your perfect world, that reparations passes the House and the Senate and the president, whoever that is, signs it. Who's going to vet who's ADOS and who's not? Because if you think that it's going to go to some organized body that is a middleman between the people getting the checks in the United States government, wow, that sounds familiar. That sounds familiar. So why are you against what I'm talking about?
At
I
least with
don't
a
think they've
nation, you
thought this
gotta.
stuff through,
No, they didn't.
Mr. Wilson.
They 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 didn't. They didn't. It was a like Obama. Their God King Obama said, snappy slogans. It was one of those snappy slogans, and now they running with it. They didn't think it through. We just poked all the holes in it just now. All the holes were poked. It's Swiss cheese. It, like, we've explained every reason to not even cut any checks
Now
because
here's a
you.
question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Here's a question. Everybody that's listening to us in this live stream. Now, after what we've said, do you get the impression that we're anti reparations? I just want to know. Are we coming across as being anti reparations because we're showing you the holes and trying to get reparations as individuals compared to getting it as a nation of people? Does that mean that we're against reparations? Because that's the next thing you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you guys are anti reparations. Really?
Yeah, because you're not screaming you're not just screaming at the top of your lungs. I got the data. Cut the check. At least with a nation, you know who's who. You're a
Right.
part of a nation. You know who you belong to something, not just walking down the fucking street. Like you belong to somewhere and something. And it's easy to give a check to a governmental body to distribute amongst its people in the nation rather than just like, oh, you say you black, you say you black. Ronda Rousey, here's the check. The Rock, here's the check. Stone Cold? No, not even. Vin Diesel. Here's a check. Like, everybody you people hate will get a check because it's not specifically laid out. And I don't want to
Now,
hear the government owe us. Yeah, a lot of motherfuckers owe a lot. You owe. I'm pretty sure you owe on your credit card. But if you decide to not pay it, what they gonna do? It's like how you gonna collect on this debt? Simple as that. How you gonna collect on that debt? Rachel Dolezal. Shit, she gonna be the first person in line. She gonna be handing out the checks.
let me let Ados in on a little fact. And this is I would suggest that you listen to somebody like Amos Wilson. And I'm not being a wise ass. I'm not being smart because you're asking a legit question. The problem is we are already a nation. We're just an ad hoc nation. Everybody treats us as a nation. So this whole thing about build an entire nation, we already have a nation. We're just an ad hoc nation. We're not organized. And getting organized is not as difficult as you think. And we
Yep.
have a lot of resources. Let me ask you something. We have 50 million people here in America. How much is a pack of cigarettes on the average in this country? What, $12?
Yep.
Something like that? I don't know, so correct me if I'm wrong. Most people, some people is who's heavy smokers pack, smoke a pack a day. So they usually end up getting like what, 7 packs throughout the week.
Mm-hmm.
How much money are we putting toward nationhood?
Zero.
How much of the 50 million people in this country are putting their money into building a nation? Do you need time for that one? Actually, I'll go even further. Name a mainstream black talking head that's even suggesting that we have a nation of our own. Name one.
Well, that's all going to be unanswered. I can tell you now. That's all going to be unanswered. And if we do get anything, it's going to be a deflection onto something else. No disrespect intended. I gotta get straight to the point. It's like fuck the bullshit beating around the bush.
We're not even, like you said, you got a bunch of you got the fucking who won the Super Bowl last year?
Shit, I don't even
The
remember.
Eagles or something? I don't know
Yeah,
if
the
the
Eagles.
Eagles won it.
Yeah. Oh no, the Eagles was a few years ago. I think it
Yeah.
was the Chiefs.
The Chief. Oh yeah, the Chiefs. I believe. I'm not sure. The Chiefs are saying whatever. Well, whoever team won the Super Bowl last year, we want to play them with street clothes on and dress shoes. What do you think is going to happen?
You wanna get fucking slaughtered. You wanna get fucking slaughtered.
And the only thing that the BAIO is saying, and the members of the BAIO is saying is, hey, we have the infrastructure in place right now. We have a website in place. We have chapters, state chapters, and we have country chapters. We got a chapter for every country in Africa. So the infrastructure is in place. If we really serious about getting organized, we can take all of that data. If everybody, let's say in a perfect world, the 45 to 50 million black people in America signed up to the BAIO website. We can go to any country, any nation, and have all the data right in front of us as to what we bring into the table.
Yep.
Because let me let you in on a little secret. You ain't gonna get these mixed sites to be down with nationhood. If you identify as a mixed site, you ain't gonna be down with nationhood. If you identify with the white blood in you and you think that that defines who you are, you're not even involved in this discussion. And I don't have nothing against mixed people. I have a problem with people who claim it because that's problematic. If you're down with your people, you're down with your people. If you're a descendant of the African slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade, then openly say that. Don't add any caveats to it.
Exactly. Don't make it broad as hell. Descendants
It's
of
very
transatlantic
specific.
slave trade.
Yeah, it's very specific.
Also, I told you, Holo, we was gonna get something else that wasn't an answer. I'm lost on how we are defining a nation. I think of border control, military, and currency. I am sorry, but that's not even like the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
First, you must get the people. The people must form a governmental body. Then you can start thinking of border control, military, currency. And even that, the people got to agree on a spot where they can settle down to even have those things.
Right. And there shouldn't be any, you shouldn't be lost on defining a nation if you live in America. Do you live in America? America's a nation.
Yep. And
So
before they
the
had
the
borders,
concept of a nation is not really that difficult.
nope.
Or better yet, let's use Israel. Because Israel's whole thing was we need a nation of our own where we can control policy because everybody hates us. Sound familiar?
Hmm.
Does that sound familiar? Like the concept of the whole world hates our people. So fuck being in other countries living as second and third class citizens. What we want is to have our own country where we can control policy, where we can have our own vetting system and have an organization and society based on our epistemology. How about that? That's what we want.
All right, here we go. Again, a non-answer. So how are we a nation now? You didn't listen to when Hollop said ad hoc nation. Words have meanings. Words have
We're
meanings.
ad hoc nation. We're treated as a nation of people, even though we don't. We're in reality, in real time, Ados. This is what it is. And I'm trying. Like I'm seriously trying to have a conversation. I'm not attacking you, so don't think that I'm attacking you. We are a scattered group of individuals, and the only thing that aligns us is aesthetic similarities. So when people say, well, what is black? Black is the people that's getting their ass kicked. Black is the people that nobody likes. The cops know exactly who black people is. So why are we pretending like we don't know who we are?
Exactly.
They
Instead of
treat us the same.
yep,
That's what we mean by ad hoc nation. We're treated as a nation even though we don't have a governing body. We don't have no territory, but everybody in this country treats us like a nation. If you walk into a restaurant, nobody has a problem saying, "Oh, here comes a nigga."
yep. No matter how many fezzes you have on, how many fucking Hebrew Israelite costumes you got in the closet, Confederate flag waving, it don't matter. They see a nigga when you walk through the door. And matter of fact, remember respectability politics, like the jackass Roland Martin always fucking pushes.
Oh, another one.
So like, who else has to deal with respectability politics other than black people as a whole? Like, if one black person steals a loaf of bread in Nebraska, a nigga in California going to jail for it. How many times have we had black people walk up and down the street and get mistaken for somebody else, or you fit the description of somebody totally fucking different that you've never heard of or ever seen, whether they lying or not. So we are like somebody put de facto, ad hoc. We are a nation, but we control nothing. Why? Because everybody thinks all black people know each other. We all interconnected. We all have the same bad quote unquote habits and prone to violence and all this other dumb shit. So there we go. So ADOS has to be more specific. Get rid of that. Even get rid of the term or add on a letter. So transatlantic like the descendants of transatlantic slave trade.
Well,
There you
actually,
go.
all they have to do is join the BAIO
All that too.
in good
So
faith, I should say. Read the
yeah,
about
yeah,
us
good faith.
section. Read the about us section and see if what we're saying makes any sense. Okay, we're getting close. You want to feel that?
No, we should not build a god. Come on, man. Come on. You smarter than that. We have to build a nation at least around the ideology of everybody should think, every black person should think that they should be able to control all areas of people activity, all areas of social, economic, political action. There you go. Not because of we can all do the Dougie or we all have fucking wave caps. No, it's not based on fucking just aesthetics. It's on the ideology of we want this. How do you think America was fucking formed? Degenerates sailed on the boat, crash landed here, fucked the natives up. Now we just taking territories, but we need people, and our ideology needs to go. Well, the white race must expand, and we are here, so we're expanding. We're just saying our ideology should be black people need to have their own, and there you go. That's it. Black people should control their whole situation. If there could be African countries on the continent, why can't black people from the continent go and make a country of their own? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Paula, she is based on, do you identify as being a descendant of the transatlantic slave trade?
Point blank,
Yes or no?
period.
Yes or no? This is
No,
real simple. Like I
yep.
said, it's a lot of nuanced trolling to try to distract. And I'm not accusing you, Paula. Don't think I'm attacking you. I'm just saying that in general, there's a lot of nuanced trolling that's trying to distract from a really simple solution. How many people identify with being a descendant of the transatlantic slave trade, and how many people actually want a nation of their own? Africans were scattered all over the world during because of the transatlantic slave trade. What we're suggesting, and because they were scattered, they lost their nation. We don't even know where the fuck we came from. So the question is, should African Americans, African diasporans have a piece of territory where they can control policy that's their own? And I've heard the argument that no, because that would be divisive on the continent. And then my retort to that is, well, then let's get rid of Nigeria. Let's get rid of Kenya. Let's get rid of Ghana. Let's get rid of Rwanda. Let's get rid of all of the places that have their own nation, because that's divisive on the continent, right? If you're saying that they can have their own countries and we can't have our own country, then what you're basically saying is we're not African. So my thing is always, let's make it official. Let's not BS around. If we're not Africans, then say we're not Africans, but don't come up with this bullshit about right to return and all this nonsense if you don't believe that we should have our own place on the continent. If you can deal with the Chinese having their own presence on the continent, if you can deal with the Russians and the French and everybody else having their place on the continent, then why is it that African diasporans can't have their own piece of territory on the continent? And we're not coming with a hat in our hand.
No.
That's another thing. We're not coming with a hat in our hand. That's the reason why we created the BAIO and the website that we created, so that people can join up and tell us what you do, what your skill set is, because that's stuff that we're going to be taking to African nations. How many dentists do you have? How many doctors do you have? How many electricians do you have? How many plumbers do you have? Heating contractors?
Thank you.
How many skilled professionals do you have? If you're saying that you're tired of what's going on in America, you're tired of getting police brutality and getting killed for no reason. There was a brother that was eating with his family and they came and arrested him. You can be in your backyard playing and they shoot you down in your backyard. A brother was shot going into his own home.
In the back 3 times,
You
holding a
claim
subway
that you're
sandwich.
tired of this shit, but yet when we present, well, why don't we form something of our own? You're looking at us like we're talking about fairy dust and unicorns. How tired are you? How
And
tired are you? Are you really tired? This is why I challenge the established knowledge in the so-called cultural conscious community. Because you guys talk about the white man. You talk about the white man is the devil. No, he ain't. No, he's not. You don't even believe that shit. Because if you believe that the white man was actually the devil, why are you so comfortable living under his infrastructure?
There you go. There you go.
Wouldn't the devil poison you? As a matter of fact, you ain't going to take the vaccine, right? Why ain't you going to take it? Because you know that the guy who's in charge hates you and he might be trying to poison you. You can understand it when it comes to that, but you don't understand it when it comes to everything else. He's already been poisoning you. And you still want to stay nestled under his fucking arms, lying with him in the bed and claiming that you hate him. And then when you have black nationalists and African centered progressives come along, then we're the problem. Oh, you guys talking about nationhood and having your own. Don't you know that having your own nation is hard? No kidding. Ask Rwanda how hard it is having their own nation. And then also ask them, do you want to give up your nation? What do you think they're going to say? Name an African country that's going to say, we don't want nationhood no more because it's too hard to have your own nation.
Oh, hold on, real quick.
Yep.
Paula Burnett said, "Cart before the horse. We need reparations to go anywhere. We can't go to the continent without a military."
That's totally false.
What? Where did you
Why would
get
you need
that
a
from?
military to go to the continent? Why? What are
That
you trying
makes
to do?
that makes so are you implying that we should go and just strong arm a place in Africa? Like, I don't understand. Like, oh my God. All right, all right. The Pilgrims didn't come with the military. They eventually formed one. They didn't come over to the what is now known as the USA with the military. Also,
Yo,
they didn't
be
get
careful. Be
reparations.
careful, Mr. Wilson. They're gonna say that you're against having a military.
But not even it's so half thought out, cobbled, fucking pulled from asshole stalling tactics. Like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense to me that we would need a military and money to form. Do you really? If the United States government had the FBI fucking like surveilling people in the Black Panther Party that gave out food to people of all colors, COINTELPRO to watch these motherfuckers that just gave out food and advocated self-protection to all colors of people. You think they gonna give you fucking cut the check if they know you trying to form a military? Like, come on, people. That's not even and see, like, I know people like, oh, this motherfucker abrasive as shit, but you give me ammo to be abrasive. Is that nonsensical shit that you give me to respond to is the way that I am. Like, this is why on my podcast I don't give a fuck who's offended, because people, there's no reason to be this fucking dumb. Take it as you will. There's no reason to be this fucking dumb. But the Pilgrims came. They didn't come with a fucking tank. They didn't roll up on the Iroquois like, give me your land, nigga. No, they learned from them, then eventually killed them. We can do that without needing a military and killing off people in the fucking continent. Come on. Oh, all right, hold up. I need a sip. I gotta take a sip.
Now you know I had that drink before we started this shit.
Yo, I switched
This
from
is this
fucking
is
gin and water to fucking
this
Jack
is
Jack
actually
Daniels.
what I'm talking about. This is nuanced trolling, whether people are doing it consciously or not. It basically what I said in the description for the show. Negro stalling tactic number 1080, nuance trolling. When Negroes take a simple concept and an easy solution and make it more complex and difficult than it is with the cover of being intellectually nuanced. It's
Yep,
a stalling tactic.
the worst fucking kind. Like, oh my god, I can't believe they typed that out with a straight fucking face. And serious, like, we need a military and a check. Why the? If I'm America, first of all, you're gonna have to force me to cut you a check anyway. Then when if I cut you a check, you think I'm gonna not sabotage you, creating the military to transport from American soil over to Africa that may compete with AFRICOM, the U.S. military already there. Come on, Paula, come on. Oh fuck.
Paula, let me just say this because I don't want you to feel like I'm attacking you.
He not. I will.
There's not a nationalist that I know of that thinks that we can have anything without securing our people. And I'll just leave it at that. In my opinion, only idiots will talk about military and all this shit online.
Exactly.
Why would you do that? That makes no sense. Just assume, you know what? Make it like this. If you should assume that the person that you're going to go and punch in the face is going to hit you back. Let's just treat it like a normal conversation. You don't go up to people and just slap them because you're like, oh, well, he ain't going to hit me back. No, because there's always a fear that this person might hit me the way that I hit them or do something even worse to me. So why do we have to have a conversation, a detailed conversation about defense? Defense is a no-brainer.
Pretty much.
But talking about it online is I'll just put it simply, it's stupid. It's stupid.
Oh shit.
Nobody thinks we're going to have a nation without defending ourselves. So why do we always get into these conversations where people feel and actually when people start bringing up military and bringing up guns and all this other stuff, those people are suspect to me.
Oh yes.
When you bringing that up in an open forum, that's suspect because that's the type of stuff that they want us to engage in online so they can try to pretend that we're radicals and militants.
Yep.
There's nothing militant about what we're talking about. What we're talking about is social, economic, and political power and social, economic, and political control over the context of our reality. This is
Feeding
not a
people.
this is not a hate whitey, kill
Exactly.
whitey thing and all of this militarism and all that. No, we don't have to even engage in this nonsense because first of all, the United States is the biggest bully on the block.
Yep.
So do you want to get killed in the crib? That's what you want? You want to challenge you want baby Yoda to challenge the emperor inside his crib. What do you think is going to happen? He's going to kill that nigga in the crib and end of threat.
It's gonna be a late term abortion. Pretty much what's
Exactly.
gonna happen. Like feeding people was considered a national security threat by like what Gay Edgar Hoover. You think if just feeding people was a secure national security threat, you think trying to move a military is it going to be considered fucking war by these lunatics that's running the country? Oh
Why would I
man,
want to negotiate with a people that's bringing over a military to my land? Because keep in mind, we're trying to negotiate land deals. So that means that this land is controlled by somebody else. So we're trying to negotiate in good faith with African nations and tell them this is what we're bringing to the table and it can benefit the both of us. So why do we have to show up with a military?
there's no reason for it. We're not playing a fucking video game. This isn't civilization, whatever. I'm just gonna show up with a military at the fucking border. And the funny thing is, in the fucking video game civilization, you still have to fucking create a nation to even do that. you not even start. It's like playing. I don't know if anybody played the game here before, but when you play Civilization, you pick a point at what you start, so you already have a nation and people with an ideology to even fucking sign up to the military. Then you expand from there. How the fuck are we gonna create a military? What is going? It's gonna be Grandmaster Jay sitting in a fucking chair on a boat.
He gonna be like Job Boba Fett.
Yeah, it's gonna be cobbled together motherfuckers that don't know nothing about guns. They just bought one and just what just showing up to the shores of some other nation with more people and more guns. Like, come on. Oh my god.
We need some. It's funny. We nuance troll, but when it comes to actually nuance on the real things, we totally abandon that.
Totally. Totally.
But we can
When
nuance troll you on bullshit though.
when it come to fucking do like actually being down to brass tacks, gone. Ghost. I have not seen her posted at all. I'm looking at the chat, have not seen a word from her. But when it's bullshit, like the 5G towers are giving you COVID, you get all the fucking responses in the goddamn world. Oh shit.
I need one of your drinks.
This is this is this is Jack and diet with no ice. So it's straight. It's just straight hot ass booze in my glass right now.
You know
And
what? You know what also is a uphill battle? Winning the Super Bowl.
yes,
Winning the
yeah.
Super Bowl is an uphill battle for all of those teams in the NFL. But guess what? Not one of those teams say, "I don't want to play and I don't want to have a team."
Now bringing that back to the original with Benjamin bitch ass Dixon, who was saying we shouldn't try and force the vote because it's gonna die on the floor. And then you go, well, do sports teams stop playing if they don't win the championship? If I'm the New York Giants, do I just like cancel my season if I lose the first game?
If
No,
you went 0 and 16 for the season, on that 16th game, are you going to play that game? Or you go because if you win the game, what difference does it make?
exactly. Yeah, right.
Why are you playing? This is this is ridiculous, man. It's like I see people bring up Liberia and say, "Well, look what happened in Liberia." To me, that's like saying, "Look what happened when the Giants played so and so and they lost." What's your point?
Exactly. Exactly.
What's your point in making that? Like, is your point saying that because they lost, they shouldn't play anymore? Is
Matter of
that what
fact,
your point is with Liberia? So Liberia, as far as I'm concerned, Liberia was a success, and it came to an end in a way that we should learn from. We should learn about that, but it wasn't unsuccessful. I don't call being around for 160 years unsuccessful.
exactly. Exactly. But to these motherfuckers, hey, if you a toddler and you don't learn how to wipe your ass by a certain point, you should just stop existing or just shit yourself and don't ever fucking wipe anymore. If you never learn how to tie your shoes, like, if you didn't tie your shoes correctly the first time, fuck it, just get Velcros for the rest of your life.
It's this one and done mentality that I don't understand that is only applied to empowerment, but not applied to everything else.
It's only
It-
yeah, exactly. It's
it-
applied to when black people would have to get power, but when black people complain, we have all the excuses to just piss into the void. But if we do something that'll actually get us tangibles, quote unquote, well, I don't know, nigga. That's hard. Like,
Yeah, it's like this whole thing about we don't have no money. We don't have money that we are contributing toward the cause of nationhood.
exactly.
We don't have
Exactly.
money that we're putting in pooling in the cause of land, infrastructure, and nationhood. So if you're not trying to organize your people and organize your resources around the concept of nationhood, then what the fuck are you doing?
Exactly.
Let's say
Ex-
we get Paula. Let's say we get reparation. I'm gonna ask Paula, and I think Ados is still in the chat. If we get reparations right now in the perfect world, what's gonna happen to black folks going into the future? What's gonna happen? Let's say in the perfect world, it passes the House, passes the Senate, whoever the President Biden signs it into law. What's going to happen after you get the reparation? After they, okay, first, one question: who's going to dole out the reparations? Is the United States government going to do it, or are you going to have an organized body to do it?
hmm
Number one. And number two, what's going to happen after everybody gets their individual checks?
Exactly. Especially if we're not fucking organized.
With no organization, it's going to be a Dave Chappelle skit. Don't you see that?
I'm rich, bitch.
It's going to be a Dave Chappelle skit. What do you think, that organization is just going to magically transform once we get a check? If we're not organized now, we're not going to be organized after the check. Thank you. Thank you. At least we can agree on that.
So, all right. Adol says, I'm sure reparations will be more comprehensive than a check, right? So that's fine, but you have to come to the table with specifics. You have to have an ironclad fucking Godfather, like I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse type of shit. You can't be able to poke a hole in it, because they will try and poke a hole in it because Negroes is asking for something. And if you come to them with, all right, we a nation. This is our governing body, just for example, and this is what we want for our nation. You got to be iron fucking clad. So if it's and you have to negotiate, you have to know how to negotiate. So you want to start at the top and meet in the middle. I want 1.3 trillion for black people. You might end up at 1 trillion for black people, but you also have to negotiate other shit in there because they're not gonna do like, oh well, if you want this much money for every fucking person of your nation, well, we might not be able to give you rebates on your taxes or allow black people to go to any college for free. So you gotta know how to negotiate and what you're gonna negotiate for. So yeah, it should be more comprehensive than the check. But the way a lot of ADOS and FBA motherfuckers is moving, they just yelling for money. They just yelling for money they can get easily if they just push fucking weight.
And if you look at the ADOS website and you see how they go about, it's like they want the nation without the nation.
Yes, like everybody want to be a nigga until it's time to be a nigga.
That's basically what it is. It's like, because I've seen like one guy gave me a full breakdown on, oh well, what we can do is we can establish this, do that and handle this. I'm like, so then you're talking about a nation.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to have it here in America. Good luck with that. Good luck with that, because that was called the Civil War.
Exactly. And I totally agree with Yosef Ben Israel. Let's really link and have meetings about contacting the AU or select African countries to establish a relationship to really move forward.
Already
Total
doing it.
100%. And the
Already doing it.
BAIO is on it.
Already doing it.
100%. Please continue.
We already had a conference call with the Gambian government, because there's a lot of nationalist groups that's coming together, rallying around this AU passport. So yeah, it's people of like mind are starting to come together, but not nearly in the numbers that people who embrace this identity politic
Yep.
culture war bullshit is. If you could just get off of that shit and get down with the nationhood shit, we can move along this reparations thing a whole lot faster. Why can't these two movements run concurrent? Because there is what movement?
ADOS is not a movement. It's people online on Facebook and Twitter screaming, cut the check. And I saw you put earlier that, oh, ADOS has chapters. Well, the chapters need to combine to have one formal fucking governing body. And they have to, as we've been saying, me yelling the whole god like half the fucking show of, you have to be specific and have specifics to go to the American government to demand shit, not just we ADOS and we want money. I don't care how many chapters you have. Don't just scream into the void, we want money. Come with specifics, even if it's for lineage, right? Define the lineage. Don't come to me like, oh, I'm also native. They don't give a fuck about that. Define your lineage. Because if you choose the wrong one, you ain't getting shit. They gonna tell you, smoke, like Hollop says, smoke your peace pipe and go to your TP, motherfucker.
And if that's not your plan to transition to Africa, why are you in this discussion?
Exactly.
Why we don't go to these Native American forums talking about the BAIO?
Exactly. Why are you here?
Why are you guys always up in the mix of what we're talking about if you don't have nothing to do with what we're talking about? That's the thing that's confusing to me. Because I'm cool with people not being down with going to Africa. I am so cool with that. You're not my enemy. But you become an enemy when you come into our forums and try to distract from what we're talking about when you don't have nothing to do with it.
Thank you. Thank you. Why are you here? If that's not your plan to transition to Africa to have your own, why are you here?
Because
What
that's
what
what this forum is about.
yeah, there's no point of you being here at
There's
all.
no need for us to engage you or get into any conversations with you, because you're not, what you are about is not what we're about. And that's so cool. That's cool. Get into your TP, smoke your peace pipe with the rest of the ADOS and FBA people, and try to figure out how you're going to deal with the white man here in America.
Pretty much. And Paula, you already knew. You typing that, you already knew that's not your plan, right? You already knew. So I don't know why you didn't peace out earlier, honestly, because we not about just sitting here, cut the check, and just sit here to get what beat on some more. And cyber or the Black Cyber Network, how can we establish the bare minimum requirements? Well, sign up to the BAO, and we discuss that. That's my base requirement right the fuck there. Sign up to the BAIO. Or even if you want to create your own network, but you gotta be about land infrastructure nationhood first and foremost, because we drawing lines in the sand. We're not gonna be like the fucking supposed left where everybody call themselves a progressive and I'm this and that, but when it come down to brass tacks, they fucking Benjamin bitch ass Dixon.
Yeah.
So we're not trying to have any Benny boys in the group.
Anybody that's calling themselves a black nationalist is on the BAIO website currently that I consider a legit black nationalist. So if you ain't signed up to the BAIO website, then how can you say that you for black people having a nation of their own? See, we making it really, really hard to get your Negro on.
Oh yeah, ain't no Negro breakdancing here. All right, why do you think I'm NA? I am here because I like. That's fine. You like to learn. That's fine, but don't come with us with shit like it's about lineage and not color. Then when we poke holes in that shit, it is some other diversion you bring us. So if you're here to learn, just listen.
It doesn't
Don't say
even
nothing.
matter. It doesn't matter if you're Native American or not. You said that you're not down with what we're about. That's it.
Exactly.
There's no
So
need to have a further discussion.
I joined the BAIO a while ago. So if you joined the BAIO a while ago, you must have read the about section. But then you come here and say you don't you're not planning a transition, right? So okay, all right, I'll
Wait,
give you an
that's
out.
confusing.
I'll
Hold
no,
on.
I'll give her an out. I'll give her an out. You're not planning a transition, but are you planning to support the nation on the continent while being a satellite here in America? Like China, like Chinatowns are satellite like pieces of fucking land here to China?
Oh, wait a minute, Brian. Let me ask a question. What site are you signed up to?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Because that might be what the issue is. Paula, what site are you signed up to? Are you on the Ning site? Are you on the link that I just sent? Please answer that question for me,
Yes, yeah.
because
Yeah,
this can
pause.
solve a lot of problems.
If you're on a .org site, you're in the right place. If you're on a Ning site, delete that shit. Burn your computer if you have to. Just don't go there. Because the Daily Bugle means you no good. J. Jonah flat top, iconic flat top Jameson means you no good.
Thank you, Lucy, because I wasn't even thinking. That shows you how much I have that on my mind. Because there's only really one BAIO website, and that's all I refer people to.
And there you go. There's only one. Everything else is a fake.
Okay, so you're with the Ning site. All right, this is what I want you to do. Well, no, actually, you made the statement that you don't have any interest in going to the continent, which is fine. Do you believe that we should have a nation state of our own? Because what sense does it make to sign up to the BAR website if you don't believe in that? Because not everybody's going to go to the continent. We know that.
Yes.
But do you support the idea?
All right. All right. Holla. So, like, I'm not in the chat, like the StreamYard chat. I'm not even like really looking at. I'm looking at the YouTube one. So, ADOS says, "Fam, at the end of the day, nothing makes sense under the system of white supremacy because it thrives on confusion. There are no nations other than the nation of white supremacists."
What?
My guy, my guy, the ADOS, fam. So, I don't know if you've seen Infinity War. I don't know if you've seen Infinity War, but the white man is not Thanos. He does not have the gauntlet. There are other nations on this planet that don't act under just the white man is everything. I am,
I went to
bro.
one.
Yeah, he went to what? Holla went to Rwanda.
Where was
Nobody
white
white people
supremacy in
control
Rwanda?
anything there. Black people control their whole fucking areas of people activity. Bro, stop it. It stop it. Stop snorting bumps of the white man is Thanos. Like if somebody go, but the white man, just say no to it. Tell them they can hold that. You don't need none of that drug. Just stop it.
Peace to
What do you mean
Ronan Black.
Rwanda is allowed to exist? Allow? Are you
What?
fucking? Bro, I
Oh
can't.
my
I
God,
can't.
man.
I can't. All right. See. Hold up. See what I mean when it's in the name? Cause I know you probably like, yo, he should give him a chance. Yo, Mr. Wilson should get
No,
his dude
no,
a chance.
no, not at all.
This is I spot it. It's in the name. We gotta be honest about the reality.
And
It's in the name.
the reality is that the white man is Thanos. The white man is God. All these other nations who actually like Rwanda. We went to Rwanda. We ain't seen, you can count on less than one hand the amount of white people we saw. But somehow they're controlling the Rwandan government.
Yo, I can't. I can't. I fucking can't. Japan got bombed twice by white people unnecessarily because there was plenty of generals. Come to find out, there was plenty of generals that was against atomic bombing Japan. Japan got bombed twice. And then out of that, they rose to prominence as we know today, where they backwards engineer everything and make it fucking better. Were they allowed to just come back because the white man said so? Like Rwanda rose out of the genocide or the fucking the white hand that it had in the Hutu and the Tutsis and built itself back up. Let me guess. Nobody there did it on their self or did it on their own. It was just the white man that allowed them to come and handle COVID better than the white nations.
If the white man is
Oh,
that powerful, then why are we even fighting him?
oh my God.
If you don't believe that we should have our own, why are we even fighting this dude? If you believe that this guy is God, that the only nation that exists on the world is white nations?
if the white man is God, why does ADOS exist? Who you like, if he
Right.
God, why does ADOS exist? Are you kneeling at an altar of a clay statue of some random white dude and praying to that he cuts you your check? Like you can't be real. I am convinced you cannot be a real fucking person behind that ADOS bullshit fucking screen name.
Oh God. See,
Yo,
this is why, like, I agree with what Black Cyber Network said. I agree with what he said. But the problem is, it's like, why we have, don't you think that it's really strange that we have all of these people coming to our forum that claim that they don't want or they're not interested in anything that we're about? Well, then why are you here?
exactly.
It doesn't make any sense. I don't go to any other forum pushing BAIO propaganda.
Exactly. Anytime, even if you was on Dynas, anybody else's fucking channel talking about the BAIO, nobody said, hey, we're gonna go to ADOS centric and FBA forums and spread what we I've only ever seen ADOS people come to our channels.
Right. And
Or
that's the reason why we
anything else.
respond. Because everybody wants to paint this picture like we're attacking. No, we're defending and responding to the attacks.
And this is why I don't mind being the quote unquote bad guy when I see dumb shit like that. I have no I don't give a fuck because how are you gonna come into our conversation and just like, is this an anti ADOS platform? And then you finally come full circle and say the white man is Thanos. You finally come full circle, which I seen from the screen name, because people have gotten so fucking lazy that they've gotten so lazy where they don't even try to hide it anymore. They'll try and gaslight you, but the gaslighting is gone because you just look at their screen name. ADOS. That's it. Like that tells me all I need to know. I know what you coming as. You must be a mugger with a gun out already. Don't even say give me your money, just shoot me and take my shit. Like fucking shit. Like and the fun and the thing is, don't get it twisted that we're not saying white supremacy is not an issue. But at this point in the game, since a lot of people like to like reference what year it is 2020 on the Gregorian calendar. It's the information age. Black people are still being the first in every fucking thing, and we have teachers and scholars and black people have been created shit for fucking thousands of years. Why? How the fuck is white supremacy still the top issue when we got black people doing everything under the sun? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Where was the memo that we can't have a nation of our own because white people gonna? But Africa got 54 countries. We can't create a nation of our own, but Africa got 54 fucking countries. I can't like how did that don't make no sense. But we need to like you have a fucking broad ass term as an ADOS, which can literally just everybody everybody can claim ADOS because it's just American descendants of slaves. But then you crying about, well, black people need to get cut a check. Well, nigga, in your name, everybody should get cut a check again. Then you come and say, then you, like I said, you full circle. But the white man going to stop, bro. Just find a short plank and walk. There's no reason to exist. That or just fucking just say, the white man is your God and Lord and Savior, and you're not. You exist because the white man allows you to exist. Like
I
create an
missed
altar.
I missed
Yeah,
it. Paula said whether she was on the Ning site or whether she's on the org site.
I think she's on the Ning site. We didn't block your account because I can see you ADOS with your fucking bullshit. I knew who you were the minute like Hollip gave you the benefit of the doubt, but I fucking knew who you were the minute you came in with that dumbass question. Are you anti ADOS? The white man is God. Go pray, bro. Get off the video and go pray. Go pray to the white man. Joe Biden is your new God. Go pray to him. I fucking can't. I can't.
Oh
Oh
man.
god. Oh man. I'm supposed like I'm a Taurus and I'm supposed to have all the patience in the world, and I'm finding that's less and less every fucking day. I
Oh yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
I can't. You just set me off with that dumb shit.
I don't blame you, man. Like I said, I wish I had a stronger drink over here.
Like, yo, if you got whiskey, don't even add ice. Just fucking chug, cause these motherfuckers have no. Oh, Kamala Harris, don't even get me started on this chick who was I'm Indian my whole life until I need niggas votes in Cali, which she didn't get. And she dropped out before the primaries, months before the primaries, from Tulsi Gabbard, who destroyed her in 30 seconds, who everybody hates Tulsi Gabbard because she's such and such this. And I'm not saying I'm a Tulsi Gabbard fan, but she destroyed Kamala Harris, who got no votes in her own state, and now she's VP. So yes,
Yeah.
after fucking Joe Biden has another brain bleed, she'll push his ass down the steps and become fucking president and be able to run again like two more fucking times. But niggas like Adolf's here. Well, I guess he my new god because the white man is Thanos.
And do you really have to be a prophet to see where this is going? Like I said, we don't have a dog in this fight, but we are intelligent people who can see things. If Kamala Harris becomes president in an unlikely or likely event that Joe Biden something happens to him, the Democrats are going to get wiped off the face of the political map.
that that's
This
fine.
next thing, the Democrats are going to lose the House, they're going to lose the Senate, and they're going to lose the presidency.
That's fine because according to ADOS, as long as white people are in charge, that's the people we need to pray to.
Yeah, then you can negotiate with Mike Pence or Tucker Carlson for your reparations, and let's see how that goes.
Or the Zodiac killer in fucking Ted Cruz.
Yeah,
Negotiate with that motherfucker.
Yeah, negotiate with them extreme right wingers and see what reparations you're gonna get.
Yo, I'm sorry, ADOS, but we've had 400 years to see who the white man is, and he's not all controlling and all encompassing. I know that might be news to you, but we're not downplaying him. We've had 4 fucking 100 years plus of documented history, ongoing history to know that there's a thing called the BRICS nations: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South America that is dumping US treasuries. Now, the head of the white man snake is pretty much America, right? So they're dumping the head of the snake's money and doing their own money. I'm sorry, but the white man from America they can't do anything about that. They can't. The army is already stretched too thin. It's hard even getting army recruits. Calm the fuck down. The white man isn't Thanos. I know you need
Yeah.
a I know you need somebody to, oh my god, he's gonna get me. You gotta cower down to somebody. But
And people say, like, I hear people saying, well, look at what's going on in Africa. I have. We've actually been over there.
thank you. Thank you.
What's going on? Break it down, person
Thank you.
who's never been there.
And you know what the funny thing, they say that and don't know shit about AFRICOM. If I bring up AFRICOM, they were like, "What the fuck you talking about? That's some conspiracy shit." Even though it's literally fucking documented. Like they like I don't- it's so fucking it's schizophrenic and just hyperbolic with these motherfuckers. I can't. I can't with you those people. I can't. Like, oh shit.
Unbelievable. First of all, we're not downplaying anybody. We're not even playing
Thank you.
because first of all, we don't have a team. We don't even have uniforms. We're not organized. We're a bunch of people with street clothes on and dress shoes trying to play a professional NFL team.
Screaming, cut the check. I want to get paid for this game I can't even fucking participate in.
When are we going to start playing is our issue. Everybody talking about, oh, you're running. Well, when are you going to start fighting?
Thank you. Oh, you running from I'm like, every time I hear that, I'm like, what are you doing to actually fight effectively? Well, yeah, shut the fuck up. You ain't doing shit. You
You
just you
standing there getting an ass whooping and you want people to give you props for it?
the struggle, man, the struggle fetish. The struggle fetish. It's the same as when people when and everybody trying to smear Jimmy Dore on fucking Twitter. Oh, he owned a house that's $1 million.
First of
And I
all,
go,
any house if you get a house in New York, it's a fucking $1 million. Just because you
thank
gotta
you,
spend $1 million on a house, what does that mean? Are you're thinking this is the 1950s?
thank you. You supposed to be a poor righteous teacher. You supposed to be poor if you advocate for anything progressive.
But not only that, it's like they don't even understand. Like I can go to Brooklyn. There's lofts in Brooklyn, which is basically just an apartment with a high ceiling, and people are
Yep.
paying $1 million for that shit.
Exactly.
So what are you
Exactly.
saying? So in other words, in order for you to be see, this is all distraction. It's when somebody doesn't have the ability to give you a counter to what you're proposing. And I understand what Dora's going through because we go through it.
Yep. And he didn't even make
Nobody,
it about him.
right. He said everybody, he said this is just the position and we can get it done. He said it's not about me. He said if you say something bad about me and you're down with this proposal, I forgive you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I
And look,
said it too. It's like, listen, how many black people actually want to have a nation of their own? If you want to have that, why aren't you signing up to the BAI website and being with a bunch of other people who feel the same way you do? What's the problem? What strategy is needed in order for you to do that? To sign up to a free website. Nobody's charging you, nobody's asking for membership. What is the fucking problem? Because you didn't have any of this when you signed up to Facebook and YouTube, to Twitter and Instagram and all the rest of these social media. You did not go through all of this shit to sign up with them. But yet you going through all of this nuanced trolling when it comes to signing up to something that benefits you and your people.
exactly. And Darius, please make those videos so that way we Hollop isn't like, constantly having to say the same thing over. Me not having to say nobody like we need more people voices to
Yeah, man.
speak up.
I'll tell people right now the reason why you don't see me, well, not alone that we've been algorithmed out of the equation on YouTube, but I'm just tired of repeating myself over and over again. These topics, I'm at the point now where I can actually copy and paste a retort to any argument against nationhood.
Yeah, you done 1,001 damn near video talking point smashes. So
Right. There's
you have
nobody come
nothing
up with no
extra to have.
new shit.
Nope. You don't have to
So what am I
reinvent the
making
wheel.
videos for? What am I constantly putting out and providing content on a daily basis? For what?
All right, Adol says I'm actually signed up with BAO, the Ning site or the .org site.
Yeah,
That's the
which
question.
one? Which
Like that's
one? If you're on the
that's
Ning site, then that's probably the reason why you're confused because we're not on the Ning site. That Ning site is property of the Daily Bugle.
yep. J. Doma Jameson. You ain't gonna get a word in. You just gonna
If
listen
you're
to
a
him.
227 fan, then you go and you sign up to the Ning site. If you want to be with where the BAIO is actually is, you go to the org site. I posted the link. How do you prevent your nation from being corrupt like every other small non-Western country? That's a problem that all nations have to deal with. How to not be corrupt is the bringing up that point saying that we shouldn't have one because that's a solution. If we don't have a nation, then we don't have to worry about it being corrupt. Problem solved. That's like another. Let's just take it further. If you don't go out of your house, nobody will ever rob you.
Yep. Yeah. Don't leave your bubble, bro.
Don't leave your house. Just stay in. Okay, well, let me know because I don't understand the question. Why are we bringing it up? Every nation on the earth has to deal with the problems that everybody keeps telling me about when it comes to nationhood. They got to deal with spies, they got to deal with corruption, they got to deal
Yep.
with the economy, they got to deal with everything that all nations deal with. That
From
is
the
not an excuse to not have one.
from the beginning of fucking time.
And none of those nations is bad. You can take a nation that's doing poorly on the world stage and ask them, well, damn, you guys ain't doing too good. Why don't you give up this nationhood shit?
Yeah, right. The
And what do
thing
you
is,
think they're going to say?
they gonna say no.
So
They
don't give
gonna
me a laundry list of all the things that every goddamn nation on the face of the earth has to deal with. It's real simple, y'all. Sign up to the BI website, get into your local chapter. If you're from another country, get into your country chapter and let us know what you do. What's your skill set? What's your profession?
exactly.
It's real simple. And for people who sign up to these social media sites without no problem, why is it that you require like what? You asking like the BAIO is asking for blood and urine samples?
All right, so Styles automatically or his screen name was is whatever. So he already came full circle. Most people in those countries would gladly give up nationhood status to move to America. You fool. See, he didn't even beat around the bush. He went directly in his second tweet. I mean his second fucking comment right to the bullshit.
Yeah. Like
So
I'm
so he
pretty
went.
sure we were in Rwanda and all the Rwandan people were just telling us, damn, please, how can we get out of this country and get to America?
And that's how you know he just a trolling jackass because he already came in disingenuous with his first fucking question. Then he just completed the cycle. He just completed the cycle. So many variables in that you fool that America's propaganda is spread throughout the world because they would supposedly give up their nationhood to come to America does not mean anything good because you have plenty of people leaving America. Expatriates was like up 400 fucking percent recently. Expats is up 400 fucking percent. So them taking in the propaganda to come to America doesn't mean America is great, considering how we've already seen how the government itself treats its own fucking citizens. So no, fuck you, Styles failed because you all failed, and we're not saying we have to trust us to delineate reparations. So fuck off, please. One of the mods, take care of this jackass because he already coming in with disingenuous. If you don't do it, I'll do it. I'll gladly do it myself because he's already coming in a piece of shit, and he can leave a piece of shit.
Well, you have the gauntlet, if I'm not mistaken. So
Oh
you
yeah,
can actually do it.
I got the gauntlet, but like I don't, there's other, mods
Yeah,
in here.
we got a few mods in there. We
So
got
I
a
will
few mods in
gladly
there.
give up the gauntlet to one of them, snap his ass out of fucking existence. 'Cause he came in bad and he leaving bad. I don't give a like, bro. You didn't even try. You didn't even leave. You at least ADOS and Paula like had a conversation somewhat. So for us to respond to, you just came in with your little dick out, and now you putting your little dick back in your pants. Like you gone. like you gone.
Styles, the white man is your daddy,
Pretty
basically.
much, he's your zaddy. The white man is your zaddy, and MGTOW is probably your fucking, astrological sign. Get the fuck out of here. That's gonna be the next shit. But the black woman is, yeah, get the fuck out of here with your bullshit. Thank you, my black yad. Thank you. He
Yeah,
probably got him out of here before he could leave a thumbs down too.
Lucy's holding the gauntlet, thank God.
Fucking disingenuous jackasses. Like I can't do it.
So what else you want? You think we basically covered it?
Yeah, we've covered it. I don't know if the chat got any genuous questions, like non-disingenuous questions they want us to answer. Cause I'm all for it. I'm already in fucking drinking mode, so I'm all fucking for it. Also, subscribe to Hollop if you haven't. Subscribe, like if you on Podbean, in the description, the blackmrwilson.podbean.com. Make an account there, subscribe there. You can leave fucking comments there.
Yeah, check the description box and sign up to his podcast. And if anybody has any legit questions, please put it in the chat room. We'll field it. But don't be disingenuous and don't nuance troll us.
Yeah, I'm gonna. He might not yell at you, but I'll yell at your ass. 'Cause I don't give a fuck.
I love it.
Who are these people? These people are trolls who somehow found the stream.
So listen to this guy. Halo on my crown. The white man is my zaddy, but you're still in the US right now, ain't you? So you admitting that he's your daddy.
End of story. What is
Thank
us
you.
still here? If we move to Africa, would you move with us? You gonna be our
Thank you.
roommates? You gonna pay half the rent? If any of those answers are no, shut the fuck up.
Thank you. These guys are so fucking stupid, man. God damn.
I have
Like
a
it
feeling,
must really hurt operating.
bro. We honestly, I think the BIO should start handing out preparation H because a lot of these motherfuckers. Every time we do a stream, we should just give away preparation H because these motherfuckers don't even come. They don't even come with anything trying to learn. It's just straight bullshit. Just straight dog shit on the pile. Like, at least act like you care. Entertain us a little bit. You still in the U.S. If we left the U.S., would that like alter our words or anything more? Like, oh my God, they're not living here, so they have more legitimacy for nationhood
No,
because we're not here.
no.
Like, what
I
the
had
fuck?
this discussion on Dynash channel with one of these clowns who was trying to this was before we went to Rwanda. It was like a month before we went. And I had this conversation with the guy and I said, well, in a month I'll be in Rwanda. So that means when I get back, you a black nationalist now, right?
I'm
Since
guessing you
what
said
you
something.
do is dependent upon me, well, I'm going to the continent, and when I come back, you better be a black nationalist,
Exactly.
because that's what you saying. You saying you challenging me, or you ain't on the continent. Well, now I went to the continent, so now what?
Yeah,
Have you
yeah, yeah,
changed your
yeah.
views?
What's the next talking point you're gonna pull out? Oh, oh, the Chinese is there. That's gonna be the next one. Oh, but the white man is still there. That's gonna be the next one. Come on, like, and to what I don't. That's some Hebrew text or Arabian text should do a video about citizenship. I personally think that may be a good way to see. The thing is, if the naysayers weren't just pieces of shit, yes, but they'll just come up with another reason to
Yeah,
naysay. That's all. That's all. It's pretty
because
much a
they
never
don't
ending
agree with
battle.
us. At the end of the
Exactly.
day, they don't agree with us. Just say that, and we can end the conversation. Because why am I having a back and forth with somebody who is fundamentally diametrically opposed to what I'm presenting?
Oh, we got an yo. These niggas got multiple accounts on demand. I will call in. Go over there, start y'all's nation with land you own, and stop talking. Oh fuck. All right, let me view the rest of the
Yeah,
message.
it's kind of hard to sift through the stupid.
And stop talking to us about. But we not talking about to you. You come here to talk to us. Nobody said, "Hey, we should do a video and contact people." Like I will call in, and that other jackass that 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 fucking chimed in. We nobody said, "Hey, we should do a video about these dudes trying to reach out to them." No, we started talking about Benjamin Dixon, and then we got questions and shit in the fucking chat, and I already sniffed out the fucking the screen name. So now y'all screen name isn't you know on point. Where I was like, all right, he probably gonna be full of shit. So you come in with a random screen name, right? And then you post us this bullshit. Go over there, start y'all's nation. Yo, bro, fuck you and your family. I'm like that's it. Like fuck
Yeah.
you with your
My question
disrespectful
to the
bullshit.
dude is, how does it feel? Like, I always wanted to talk to like a real bitch ass nigga, like a real, like, just weak ass nigga. How does it feel being under the white man's arms proudly? How does that feel? Because you just said, y'all start y'all's nation. I'm going to stay here with my daddy, the white man. That's what you said, right?
Exactly. I
So, how does
can't.
it feel being a bitch? How does it
This
feel not having nothing of your own and always having somebody taking care of you?
Yo, the Ratchet Avenger. No, I came here to the white man's YouTube. Why y'all not on your own website? We have a
We
website
have
called
our
Create.
own, you
I
jackass.
like. Oh my god, it's such sad deflections. So if we had our own black website with servers, would that? What would you do with that information? Honestly,
Do you know how many YouTube channels there are on YouTube? You have options
thank you. Why are you here? Why honestly? Why are you here? Because you can't
because you're
address the point.
defending your daddy, the white man. How dare we talk about having our own when we got it so great here?
And the funny thing is, it's so bad now. It could be a black troll, or it could be a white troll, or it could be some other troll. You don't even know. They just all we know is that they just spewing bullshit, deflecting from what the fuck we were saying, because they can't argue any points.
Yeah, but actually these guys actually help us because the more that they troll, the
What do you
more.
mean the black one? Why aren't you on it now? What do you mean we on? What does that have to do with what the fuck we're saying? What does that have? Please, the black one. I will give you 2 minutes before I will finger snap your ass out of existence from this fucking channel. What does that have to do with what we are talking about? Please, you got 2 minutes. All right. So there you go. Boom. And
Who's Dwight man?
exactly. Exactly. You on timeout. I did it myself.
Gee
And
whiz,
and
the
there you go.
stupid.
We never even said anything about the white man other than you motherfuckers, you Negroes thinking he's Thanos. We never said the white man, oh my god, he the devil. You coming in like on a whole nother fucking pretense like we was talking against the white man. We weren't. Like what the fuck? We just said we need our own nation. Now all of a sudden you go, oh, but you still on the white man's thing.
Yeah, because they want to defend. But my thing is how telling it is. It's like the guy said, "Oh, y'all guys are still in the white man. You're calling us the white man is our daddy, but y'all still here. You just admitted to me that that's true. What I said. Your only issue is we here with
Exactly.
you.
Exactly. And yes, Chima, you most likely right. There's probably one fucking, mouth breather in the fucking basement somewhere with 80 fucking, troll channels to go at any point because they just started popping up out of fucking nowhere. Conveniently out of nowhere. After we done shot holes in the whole ADOS bullshit where you're not specific. We not saying we against reparations. We're just saying that you gotta be more specific, and maybe a nation would help get reparations easier than a bunch of dumb niggas with random fucking jerseys on screaming, cut the check, we want the W. Like, come on, yo. Keyboard warriors? No, they not even warriors. They just fucking jackasses. Keyboard jackasses are coming out the fucking woodwork.
You know what's tangible? Land, infrastructure, and nationhood.
Bingo.
That's what's tangible. So if
Bingo.
people talk about they want tangibles, then I'm assuming that that's what you mean. And if you don't mean that, then I don't think you have a clue what tangibles actually are.
Nope. They don't. They'd have no fucking clue. They think tangibles is scream pissing into the void. Cut the check. Cut the check. Cut the
And
check
only
completely.
in this upside down, bizarro world do bitch ass niggas who want to live under the white man and have the white man take care of everything. You want him to take care of your currency, you want him to take care of your heat, you want him to take care of electricity, you want him to take care of your roads, your highways, your toll bridges, your every fucking and your economy, your water supply, your waste management system. You want the white man to take care of all of that. And you mad at us because we saying we need to take care of those things ourselves. And your response to that is,
Yep. All right. ADOs, are you more specific about your yes? Get your ass off the Ning site. Go to the .org site, which is posted here like at least 3 to 4 times since I've fucking seen, and read the about me section. Then
yep,
have something to offer.
keep
That's
real
it.
too. You don't want that because we already got it. It's called BAIOAfricstan.org.
All right.
We already got it. You don't want it. You're a bitch.
What does
And
that
you
even
mad because we
mean?
talking about your daddy. That's all. And I
I,
understand because you use people, children usually do get mad when you talk about their fathers. So I understand your anger.
I don't
Totally
under,
understand it.
I don't understand that. I don't understand the angle that they're trying to come from. I want tangible video broadcast on a website that you fully. What doesn't matter? Because none of these dumbasses own any of them anything themselves, and they're so disingenuous that even if we did own it, who said you're gonna come and fucking view it? I don't understand it. What is the angle? So say if we owned the server and the code supposedly, because people own code of a website. What would it matter if we owned it? Would
Does
that
he realize that
change anything we were
does
saying?
he realize that he's disqualifying himself from even commenting on YouTube?
Yo, it got to be the same person because Keep Real 3 literally just
Yeah.
yo, you niggas got no life. You
Yeah,
niggas
Darius, do
on
your
crack
thing, man.
got no life. Thank you, Darius. You wield the gauntlet because this is the same piece of dog shit in somebody's basement. Probably in fucking Starbucks somewhere because they don't even own their own goddamn Wi-Fi. Commenting on our stream that they found
Right.
miraculously.
If that's your prerequisite, if all of that shit is your prerequisite before you can actually say something on YouTube, then get the fuck off of YouTube
Pretty
because
much.
you've
Why you
disqualified
commenting?
yourself.
Why you commenting on the white man's YouTube? Like, yo, g- oh man, oh man, the trolls,
It
the
ain't gonna
troll.
get no better, son.
Ah, God,
I think we covered everything we need to cover.
yes,
So
yes, we have. I wish
going
underrated
back
mind
and
was here
forth.
recording this so he could cut this. He real good at cutting this shit up. He real good at cutting this shit up. Shut the yo, you came back 52 reality 25. You the same person as the other niggas that got muted. Why are you still here? What is your end goal? What is your end goal? You don't own it. What is that supposed to fucking mean? That means nothing. How dare you talk about the idea of having your own nation on the white man's? What the fuck? What the fuck?
It's when monkeys throw shit against the wall. They just trying to see what
Pretty
sticks.
much.
That's all.
It's, Your premise, yo, shut the fuck up, bro. Yo, go suck a dick in the back alley for a couple fucking bucks, because you have no other time. You have nothing else to do with your fucking. This is insane. Like and we only got one. We only have one thumbs down, so that's how you know it's the same fucking person.
Yeah.
Ah, oh man.
What they don't realize is like I've had live streams where the trolls will come in and they'll really thumb down and there'll be a lot of thumb downs. But once the video archives, it eliminates all of those troll accounts.
Yeah, because they know this is all coming from the same IP address.
Right.
So the troll, I'm sorry, trolls. I know a little. I'm not an expert, but I know a little bit about computer shit. All you're not even smart enough to get a VPN and at least bounce around before you make fucking comments. So YouTube will remove your thumbs down because your dumb ass is making accounts on the same IP address and giving the same thumbs down from that IP address. So your actions are just a failure, like your whole fucking life is a failure.
But yo, y'all, on a end note, we're gonna get off of here. I want to post the BAIO about us section.
Please do.
Anybody that wants to read that and is a good faith actor, sign up. If you're not a good faith actor, you will be exposed because that's the way we have our vetting system set up. You can't really get through it. Sorry, you can
Yeah, there's
try.
no way around it. There's no way around it.
You can try, but you're gonna just get eliminated. And go to the description box and check out on the Black Mr. Wilson's podcast. The link is right there.
Thank you very much. If you're into political shit and you think one party's better than the other, I got some truths for you, and I come with receipts.
There you go. And thank you, brother, for indulging with me today.
And thank you for having me. This was fun as shit. This was fun as fuck. Trolls be damned. This was fun. I like yelling at trolls. I like being able to hear my voice rather than having to read my words, because they, unless they mute the whole video, they can't get rid of me.
Right. Exactly. So this is going to be, I know Underrated is going to cut this up. So we got
Shout
that.
out
And
to
plus, you
Underrated.
can take it and upload it if you want on yours.
Oh yeah, I'm downloading this and putting it right the fucking the B.A.N. Anchor website.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So that's it. We've touched on this topic. Benjamin Dixon is a bitch ass nigga.
Indeed, he is.
And on that note, we'll holler at you good people later. Peace.
Peace.